Okay, I'm gonna try to film this, but there is all sorts of construction happening next door, but I feel like I still need to do this video and share my update with all of you. And so I'm gonna do it whether you can hear that or not. I'm going to do this. So let's get into my 6 years on the medical medium lifestyle. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara Tom, the Insight Stylist. I am just here sharing my experiences in hopes to support you on your healing journey. So it has been 6 years that I've been on this medical medium lifestyle, and it has been, I wouldn't say the best journey as far as everything's positive, but it's been a journey. It's been more positives than negatives, and I kind of wanted to do this recap where I'm going to list all the things that of the symptoms I've had in the past and where I am right now, and even touch upon new symptoms. So even though there has been an up and down in this whole journey, overall, it's been quite positive, and it's been life-saving, and I can do more things, and that is a humongous benefit of all of this. But I want to keep it real with all of you and share with you what this journey really is like. And it's not always positive, and it's not always goes in a straight line up. It's a lot of up and downs. And even 6 years of doing all of this, I am still experiencing some up and downs. And I wanted to share that with all of you because I think it's important so that if you're on this journey, you don't get frustrated or feel frustrated because somebody else had something happen to them and it's sort of okay, or makes it feel like it's okay because somebody else is experiencing the same thing as you. And I feel like it's so important for me to share all aspects of my healing journey, and that is why I'm making this video. So I'm quickly going to go through all these symptoms. There's a lot of them, and so this video might be a little long, but I'm gonna try. I wrote some notes, and I'm going to try to get through these as quick as possible and just give you updates and kind of tell you, show you from where I was to now. And I hope that this will help you to, see that you can heal, see that this journey is possible, and just focus on the positives, even though you may be still experiencing challenges. Even if you're like me, 6 years into this, I am not giving up. This is still the best thing that I have done, and it has given me my life back to a point where it's not debilitating and I can actually do stuff. So that is a humongous positive, if anything, that I could ask for. So even though I'm still experiencing a lot of things and symptoms, it is 10 times better than it was. So let's just get into the symptom. The first symptom is eczema. As you can see, I don't have any eczema on my body right now. I came from a place that eczema was a part of my life, my entire life. Ever since I was a baby, I had eczema. And prior to doing the medical medium lifestyle, I would have eczema terrible at times, and then it completely disappear for a long period of time, and then it would come back and be terrible. And it was really terrible the last time before I started the medical medium. It was to a point where just nothing would stop the itch, and I had it all over my face, all over my arms, and it just wouldn't go away for months. And so after doing the medical medium, I've had it a couple of times, and you can see in my previous videos and watch all those when I had a flare-up come back and what I did and why. And this past year, I may have had a small patch once or twice, but they quickly healed within a couple of days. So nothing crazy. And I'm just gonna say right now, I think that all of these symptoms, as they show up and disappear, whether they show up once or twice, I believe it has to do with my liver detoxing deep into itself. Like things that have been like layers and layers of things that have been there for years are now starting to come out. And as these toxins are being released, whether they're dermatoxins, neurotoxins, or any sort of other toxins, heavy metals, they are causing issues. And that's why symptoms sometimes still show up after all these years. According to Anthony William, the medical medium, it takes 9 years, about 9 years, for the liver to go through one full cycle of cleansing. So I'm only on year 6, and basically he said it kind of detoxes in 3 parts. Like there's 3 different parts of the liver, and this detox happens every 9 years from the day you were born. So 1 through 9, from when you're born to 9 years old, that is basically one full cycle that it has gone through of cleansing. And so you can do the math and see, the series of 9s, what years where you are at in cleansing. So I'm on 6 years of medical medium lifestyle, but I believe it doesn't coordinate with the cycle of my liver cleansing every 9 years. So I believe this would be the 9th year coming up, and it would complete a full cycle. So there's a lot of cleansing and a lot of detoxing to do. So that's one part of why I'm still experiencing symptoms. And the other part is due to my adrenal glands are not working properly still. And I have to take care of them, and I have to strengthen them, and I have to make sure and supply them with my body with the right amount of energy, which is glucose, mineral salts, and potassium every 1.5 to 2 hours, or even less. And I need to really focus on that so that my adrenal glands can heal and not dish out a whole bunch of adrenaline. Adrenaline is very corrosive, and that is another reason why I experience a lot of my symptoms still to this day. So keep those in mind. That is the reason why I still have these things. But let's get back to the list. That was just one symptom. So the second, these are symptoms, I'm going to list a bunch of them, that have completely gone, and I don't have any of them anymore. And that is migraines, seasonal allergies, jumping vision, which is where my vision would basically like vibrate like that. I call it jumping because I feel like it would move and jump like that. And cold hands and feet, as well as numb toes. The cold hands and feet have completely gone away. That one was a terrible one, where every minute of day, no matter, even if my body was warm, I would have cold hands and feet. And I don't mean like slightly cold. They were like frozen, like if I was like frostbite, like you could feel how cold it was. And to the point that it would get so cold that it would make my toes numb. And that would make it difficult for me to walk at times, because it was like you're walking with your feet sort of like numb, like if you had tingly or those needles feeling, and it was making it difficult to walk. So those things have completely gone. Thank goodness. I'm so happy with that. Another one is tightness in the chest. I would have these very debilitating, like where it would just feel like it's like pressure here. And it would feel so tight, and it would feel so uncomfortable, and almost make you feel like you're gonna, I was panicking. And it was just like terrible feeling that it would just like spiral into like anxiety and panic attack mode. Well, that has gone away. Every once in a while, I do feel a little bit of it, but it's tolerable, and it kind of quickly just disappears. So that has been down to a minimum. Brittle nails. Before, my nails were so brittle that I could just bend it and it would break. or it would indent and just stay bent. Now they are getting stronger. I am actually able to grow them a little bit longer. They're not as strong as they used to be, where my nails were super strong and I would be able to grow them out long and shape them and it'll be completely fine. I would say midway. They are much stronger and I can actually get them to a certain length, but I can't grow them long. They still kind of break and are a little soft. So that is getting better. Hair loss, I went through a period where it was super thin especially around the crown. But now it grew back and it was fine. It was thick again. But last year, my grandma had passed and I went through a whole bunch of emotional stress, and exactly at about 9 months, which is about how long it takes for your hair to show the effects of your body. So whatever state your hair is in currently, it's whatever emotional or physical stress that you were going through 8 to 10 months prior. So exactly around 9 months, my hair started to fall out and it's continuing to fall out. And it's I would say not getting better quite yet, but still a lot of hair is still falling out. But I'm working on that, and hopefully soon that will start to like change like it did before. The next one would be like ringing in the ears. Ringing in the ears, that one used to keep me up at night, and it would go on for like months, 2-3 months, and it would be so loud and so disturbing, especially when I'm trying to sleep. So I would have a hard time sleeping. But now I may get it like once, and it would last for like a day or two. It's very, very short, and it wouldn't be debilitating to a point where it would disturb my sleep. It would just kind of like be there for a little bit, but I honestly can't really remember the last time I've had it. So it's been a while, and that one has almost been gone completely. Now, this one, which I'm dealing with currently, is weight gain and bloating. I am just like, my liver is just dumping out a whole bunch of things, and my body is just not able to flush it out as quickly. So I am dealing with still yet a bunch of weight gain. I mean, when I first started this whole lifestyle, I actually lost a lot of weight and I thinned out. But as I started to do the liver rescue cleanses, the 369 liver rescue cleanse and the thyroid healing cleanse, the 90-day thyroid healing cleanse, that's when the weight started to come on. And so I know that a lot of issues with weight gain, especially around the mid area, is because of liver issues. And so if I'm detoxing a lot right now, I just feel that that's the reason why it's causing a lot of it. And I just have to like hang tight, and hopefully it will all sort of work out. But that's what I'm doing right now, is just sort of hanging in there, dealing with the bloating, dealing with the weight gain, and just hopefully it will pass. It's been how many years now that I've been dealing with this weight, but it's okay. I'm still going to continue, and I'm going to show you that at the end, it will all work out and it will be okay. So that's what I'm still dealing with. Tightness in the jaw and chronic neck pain. I used to have it so often. Now I do still struggle with tightness in the jaw. Occasionally I will get that neck pain here. This was from an old injury that I had in a car accident. And basically, when you have an injury in your body, pathogens like to go and settle there because it's compromised. And so I always have a lot of issues with that still bothering me. And so it has gotten better. It is not as painful and it doesn't occur as often, but I do get them. I think when I'm detoxing, or again with adrenaline, that's when they pop up. So I do have still those sort of issues. Fatigue and brain fog is another one. It was before it was at a point that was so bad that I had it basically every day, every minute of the day. I didn't have a break. Maybe I would have a couple of hours of good days, or one day that was good, but it would happen all the time. Like if I went and did some sort of social activity or exerted myself physically, I would be upside down for like 3 days. But now I am more active and I can do a lot more things, and I don't experience it as often, but occasionally when my body does have episodes of fatigue and brain fog, but not to the point where I can't do anything. So tolerable, still there, but 10 times better than where it was before. Motion sickness. Now this one was something that was so terrible that I couldn't even leave the house, because just reversing the car out of the garage made me so sick. Like, it just turned my stomach, and made me so dizzy. So everything, elevators, looking at soup cans made me sort of dizzy. I guess just surveying quickly and moving my head, that made it so dizzy. Also just riding in airplanes, any car ride. But now, I can ride the plane. I do have to take Dramamine. It's something that helps me. I know medication isn't good, but that's just how I have to do things. So things aren't as bad, where it gives me terrible anxiety, and the whole flight I'm just trying to breathe through the dizziness. Now I can comfortably be on a plane and it's okay. And even with car rides, before I would always constantly have to suck on ginger candy or something like that. But now it's tolerable and I can get through a car ride, and it happens. It's still if the road is windy, that does cause me a lot of car sickness or a lot of elevation, but very tolerable. Now, sensitivity to sun and heat. Before I couldn't even be in the sun for a couple of minutes. Like, just even the sun coming in from like the side of window in the car would make me start to feel lightheaded or give me a migraine or feel like heat exhaustion. Now I can stay in the sun for a good hour, and then that's about it. I kind of start to feel a little lightheaded and I know I need to get out, but I've come so far with that, and that has been a big plus. Now, the lightheaded and feeling faint, that was a humongous one that basically I never left my house because everything made me feel lightheaded or faint. I would be looking at soup cans and that would make me feel lightheaded and faint. Standing in grocery store lines, being in crowds, just walking, physical activity, any physical activity, exerting energy, that would make me feel lightheaded and faint. And that was something that stopped me from doing anything for the longest time. Now, I rarely get lightheaded or feel faint. Every once in a while, I may experience it due to me just feeling sort of tired and a lot of adrenaline's being released, that kind of a thing. So that's the only time I sort of feel like that. But other than that, I don't really have that. So I'm so thankful that I cannot tell you how much that meant to me to be able to get rid of those symptoms and heal from that, because that one, if anybody, it's terrifying. It makes you panic because you just never know. All of a sudden you could just start to feel it, and then you start to have tunnel vision and you start to feel faint, and you don't want to do anything. You don't want to leave the house because you could just fall. And I'm so happy that one has almost healed completely, and I would just say it healed, because I don't really have that too much. And if I do, it's like a little bit of lightheaded, but it passes, so I can deal with that. Like that I can deal with. Now, in addition to all these old symptoms, I also have some new symptoms. And it's crazy, but yeah, I've also had new symptoms pop up over these years. I would just say mainly in this last year. So a new symptom that has happened is I have been dealing with pigmentation. I've had like these brown spots around my eyebrows. I have some on my cheeks that sort of popped up. Sometimes they go away, sometimes they come a little darker. And those are due to heavy metals. So I'm going to keep up with my heavy metal detox foods and smoothie, and like keep all those metals keep coming out. And that should go away. Stay tuned to see if those disappear. Another thing is I've been dealing with terrible like nerve pain in my teeth, like where I had dental work done the last time, which was at the beginning of this whole medical medium. That area, it will have like pain, so where like I can't even chew on it, and it will come and go. Sometimes it'll be intense for like a couple of days, sometimes weeks, and then it'll go away. And so that I've been dealing with, oddly, and that's kind of troublesome. And I actually had a shingles outbreak once. It actually happened on my like arm here. I think it's that side. Yeah, it's this side. It happened on this side, and it was like right here, and I had all these blisters. The shingles was a blister outbreak, and out of the blue I just had that. So that's some of the symptoms that I have been dealing with as far as new symptoms as I continue to detox. So that is all the symptoms that I can think of off the top of my head, and majority of the major symptoms that I was dealing with from the very beginning, and what I've been trying to heal, and the new symptoms that have arose over these years. And I just kind of wanted to be honest and share everything with you, so that if you are starting the medical medium, or if you are on the medical medium journey from years or months or whatever it is, this is what it looked like for me. And I just wanted to share it in case somebody else out there was dealing with it, or had similar things, because sometimes just sharing your experiences, the good and the bad, the challenges and all that, can be helpful to others, because they can relate, they can feel like it's okay. And I think that's the biggest thing, is just trying to feel okay along this journey, and know that you're on the right path, and to keep up all the good work. And I know it's not easy. That there's just all these things that goes through your head when you're on a journey that is unfamiliar and nobody really has any answers to. So the only way that I can sort of feel at peace is sometimes sharing or reading about other people's stories. And I hope that that's what my journey can provide for you. So thank you guys for joining me again. Stick on this channel. I know I've been gone from YouTube for a while, but I am going to continue to film. I just sometimes get caught up into making things too perfect, and then I give up. But like today, I just had to, even though there's construction going on and you can probably hear the hammering and all that kind of noise behind me, I was like, no, I need to do this video because it's really important, and I need to share this thing, and this message needs to be heard. And so I'm going to just push myself to do things, even though it's not perfect. And I hope that you continue to be a part of my journey, and let me know in the comments below, where are you on your journey? What symptoms have you had? And, you know, do you share anything that's similar with mine? And if there's anything that you're curious about my journey, that you want to learn about my journey or hear about my journey that I can share with you, leave them in the comments below. I read all of these comments, and I like engaging with everyone on here, and it makes me feel like we have a good community here. So I want to thank you again for joining me. I thank you for being a part of my journey all these years, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And until then, take care. Bye.